LJ's Card Lounge live with Chris and
Josh.
Josh. What's up,
I don't know
everybody?
why I did that. It just kind of felt natural for some reason. I don't know.
I'm saying what's up, and no one's watching yet. I haven't had a chance to message it out. We used to have a 30-second countdown. Might have to get back to that next week. They made us a
Maybe
new
we can mix it up
intro.
a little bit.
They made us a new intro. It's only 10 seconds long. We used to have like 38 just to get people jump on. It gave me a chance to tweet it out. So, Josh, why don't you just talk some nonsense here for a second so I get some people to view, okay?
Talking nonsense. I'm not good at talking nonsense. I have to have some sort of like introduction because if not, I am lost when it comes to this stuff. No, I'm just kidding, man. We kind of went through some stuff today. We kind of went through some cards. We had a week off between Christmas and New Year's. It was good to kind of just regroup a little bit. We still kept in touch. We still got together, talked cards, helped ship some cards. That's another story in itself. But we got it done. Came back this week, kind of got our feet back underneath us. Went through some cards. Yeah, I mean, same old stuff at LJ's. We found some cool stuff this week. Searched through some boxes. Chris and I are going to be at a card show in about a month. Look for us there. I think it's the Lancaster show, Chris. I forget. Remind me of the date again. What is it? The 19th?
Yeah, it's February 19th,
19th.
Lancaster, Ohio, because they've got the one, we're based in Columbus, Ohio. They've got the one out in Hilliard at the Franklin County Fairgrounds. That's actually this coming weekend, Friday and Saturday. So we can never get a table over there. One time we did, they opened up the second building. Every other time it's like, hey, we have these 50 people who, whatever, how many tables are, have been here for 30 years. So we're not just kicking somebody out. So now one of the promoters here in Columbus started a new show over in Lancaster, and we got a table. So they sold out in like 2 days. So we got 2 tables over there. I believe it's 40 vendors. I don't think it's 40 tables. I think it's 40 different vendors. I'm not exactly sure, but it's February 13th at in Lancaster at whatever county it's in, Fairgrounds, maybe like Greene County. I can't remember.
I forget what that is over there.
Whatever that county is, though, their campground. So that's where it's going to be at. And Josh and I are going to set up, and that's our first topic tonight. Is Josh, what in the world are we going to do if we're setting up at a card shop show? And I assume there will not be a sign on the door that says you cannot make deals with each other, only make deals with Chris.
Well, I mean, we do have a table, so maybe you can take a table and I can take a table. I don't know. We went through a lot of stuff today. I think setting up at a card show, first of all, understanding your market, knowing what is hot right now. You know, usually the seasons, football, basketball, hockey, I guess. Baseball's kind of down right now, starting to pick up some excitement. Pitchers and catchers report very soon, 6 weeks. I don't know. Knowing your market, knowing who's hot, who's not. Just do your research. I wrote something down here that I didn't want to forget to say because I knew I would forget to say it. Having contact information and meeting good contacts, I think is very important. Getting your name out there. I think doing this show, I think will be good for us as we get more involved in this and having more time to do this, because it is just basically me and Chris doing a lot of the eBay stuff. Of course, Stefan, our leader, but he is way too busy to do a lot of that extra stuff. So we're just there to help him out. But anyway, back to what I was saying, having that contact information, meeting good people, the social media, business cards, anything like that, I think helps. Just have a good plan.
See, I think an important thing, Josh, is go to sell your cards. Don't go to bring your cards home. Like if we take $20,000, $30,000 cards, obviously it's going to be, my card, my price. I'll happily go home with that. But if we're taking 10 5 rows worth of cards, I want to sell all 10 of those 5 rows. They may be $5 a card Sunday morning. They might be $2 a card Sunday afternoon. But I want to get rid of every single one of them. I don't want to bring any of them back because why else am I going to a card show? I want to sell stuff. There's too many people who go to card shows with I mean, everybody now, it's not 10 years ago where, hey, it's your price. I can't go look it up. Let me go look in a Beckett. Everybody's got a cell phone. Most places have Wi-Fi. Everyone can tell you what the value of your card is. If you're selling a $30 card for $50, you're going back home with it. You sell that $30 card, maybe $20, $25 because you're not paying. I'm as the buyer, I'm not paying shipping. I'm not paying taxes. You're not paying fees if you're on eBay. No one's paying a PayPal fee. I mean, sometimes if you're, at a card show and you pay with the card or PayPal or something's accepted, you pay that 3% goods and services, but a lot of times it's cash. I'll take $20 cash for this. So lower your prices lower than eBay or lower than comps because you want to sell your stuff. And also we want people, like you said, making the relationships. If we're going to have, any chance of wanting to have a card shop in the future, we need to make those relationships because what drives card shops? It's traffic, it's foot flow, it's people coming in and out of the store. So if we ever want to, get to that point with our shop, we need to have people know who LJ's Card Shop is. It's not just, hey, it's the guys with the $4.3 million Mahomes. It's, hey, it's Chris and Josh. Those guys were really nice and made my kid a deal. Or they had these Pokemon sets and they did XYZ. Or, they've got a sweet assortment of this, that, the other. They've got WNBA cards because who has WNBA cards? Nobody, but my daughter likes them. So we have them. It's having what, like you said, what people want. What are people buying right now? It's the off season for baseball. Are people really buying? They're buying it low because they want to sell in March or April when people get called up, like Ellie De La Cruz. If you're buying him right now, you're going to sell in March and April if he makes that opening day roster. You're buying NBA right now. It's the middle of the season. You might be getting them on the Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert train because these quarterbacks might be going to the Super Bowl and then their prices skyrocket. I know nothing about hockey, so I'm not even going to touch that.
Agreed.
But, the World Cup just ended. We sold more soccer cards in the last month than I've seen in my entire life. And we're not going to sell them again for 4 more years. So every soccer card we had pretty much got sold because what else am I going to do with it? Yeah, Wes makes the comment, his LCS always gives away supplies, sleeves, loaders, and mags for the regulars. It's a little thing, but it's super nice. We go to, our store here, Triple Play. Matt hooks me up. I'm going there buying a $400 hobby box. Yeah, he's going to give me sleeves and top loaders. Like it's just, I'm going to give you $4 worth of supplies for the Goodwill. That's a great point, Wes. That's a good way to, in business, Goodwill goes a long way.
Yeah, stuff like that helps people come back. They're going to buy more. They might even buy twice as much. So let them know that that they appreciate you for buying stuff from them, and they're going to appreciate you as well. So absolutely.
Yeah.
Good point.
Well, we talked a little bit about, buying at card shows. I talked about, it's off season for baseball right now. What are you buying? What's in season? When is the best time? Like if you just strictly we'll get into, the collector versus investor here in a minute, but Josh, as an investor, someone who's just gonna buy a card, resell it, and make money, when is the best time to buy said card?
Again, I think doing your research, look for those deals. There's a ton of cards out there on not just on eBay but everywhere. Do your research. If you're gonna buy baseball, you're probably not going to have a ton of options right now because people that do this for a living, they're probably going to wait till the season starts. But at the same time, there's also those people that just want to get rid of stuff. So always stay up on that. Always keep, looking, do your research. You don't have to live on eBay. But just, baseball right now, I'm sure you can find deals. Football, again, like I said, just do your research, follow the market, and maybe you get lucky on a bid. Who knows?
You want to buy some cards right now? Go on Twitter. My buddy Nick Costello, he just popped in. Costello for Reds. He's got a stack sale going on. I think it's Costello for Stacks. Selling some cards so we can fund a Joe Burrow autograph. You know what? Because that's what he likes as the Bengals. So that's an awesome place to buy too. As you find Twitter, you find a motivated seller. We just talked about that in about going to card shows. And right now he's a motivated seller. He knows what he wants. He wants to sell for XYZ price. And, our boss Steffens had this John Morant up for sale for a long time. $14,000-15,000 card. Finally, he's like, I'm just going to take what I can get for it. Market's down. We need some money. It was like $6,000, I think it was, that we sold it for. John Morant, RPA, I think it was National Treasures or Flawless. But at the same time, it's, hey, the market's not what it was a year or 2 years ago. You're not getting, if you look at Card Ladder or, the Card Guru guy who steals all of our pictures, he actually has a lot of good information. He posts, this card was XYZ amount 2 years ago, and now it's this much, is down 89%. Like, cards are down 44% in 2022. So it's almost to the point where you take what you can get. You made so much money the last 2 years that you can't go to the store, buy Mosaic Blaster for $20, sell for $80 right now. Mosaic Blaster is just sitting there on the shelf.
Yeah, I think a lot of that retail product is going to sit anyway. So I agree. I agree. A lot of that.
I'm in the ballpark, which I have more cards than I've ever had, and I never imagined I'd have this many in my life. But I would take almost what I could get for my stuff at this point, almost to like get rid of it, because it's too much. It's overwhelming. And I was at the point where I was like, hey, I want all of the Cody Bellingers. I want all of the Reds. I want all of the Jerry Judys. Now it's like, I want the 3 best Jerry Judys I can afford. I want to go to my LCS tomorrow and buy that Peyton Manning helmet. That's $800. I'd rather have that than 50 cards that are worth $800 total. Like one item for $800 or 50 items worth $800. Like, give me that one. So I've changed my approach a little bit. I think that's just the evolution of card collecting. We talk collector versus investor, and we're going to get into grading next. Is it PSA? Is it BGS? SGC's on the come up. Like, the tuxedos look so good for SGC, but it's like, those are my PC cards. Right now, PSA is king for resale. PSA is king for, hey, I'm going to buy all this product. I'm going to grade these really good cards, and I'm going to go sell those cards. I'm going to buy what I want. It's going to be PSA all day, unless it's like a base card. Maybe I'll send that to SGC because it's cheaper, quicker turnaround. But you got to be the first one to have it available. We were talking about this earlier with our new, system that we're using at work, where if they can't read the card we have, we got to buy it the day it comes out. We're selling it that day because we're the first ones on the market. So we're going to be the first people to have Select, the first people to have Triple Threads, the first people to have Museum, the first people to have Flawless or National Treasures. You're going to buy my Patrick Mahomes before there's 20 more Patrick Mahomes out there. So we're going to get the premium price because that's how LJ's operates. So, I mean, for grading, PSA is the way. SGC, BGS for thicker cards. And you know what? I even like CGC and CSG for Pokemon.
No.
What do you think, Josh? I kind of ran it there for like.
No. That's good.
I'm all hyped up on Mountain Dew. I'm just kidding.
So base cards. Do you grade random base cards? I know there about 2 years ago, people were grading everything. The price was down with PSA. But, segueing into a couple other topics that we were going to talk about here, they kind of go together. So I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here, but, parallels and base cards. People love the numbered cards. So a lot of that stuff gets graded probably first. Base cards are still cool, probably rookie base cards, but they've kind of lost a lot of their luster, if you will, because there are so many parallels, which leads into the topic we were going to talk about right after that. But I think it's a good segue that, like, are there too many parallels in cards? I was reading earlier, and it was very interesting, where somebody had posted this, where there was a tweet that Trevor Lawrence has 1,059 different 101 rookie cards. That's just 101 rookie cards this year, and there's still product to open. So with that said, I think that the more parallels there are, and I understand that people want the numbered cards because that's where the money is and everybody needs a chance. But at the same time, you can probably oversaturate that just a little bit, don't you think?
Sorry, I had myself on mute and was trying to bring up a Justin Jefferson card we have because I wanted to show that out of 10 that we've got. But as far as I'm concerned, like Gavin Lux base rookies, like the third most graded card of all time. I think Zion and John Morant were like 1, 2, if I remember. Like Lewis Robert was top 10. Like at the time, everyone's just flooding it because we were all at home. It was COVID. There's nothing to do. You got 50 base cards. It was like $8 to grade. I'm going to send them all off because that's how you made money. Rinse, repeat. You can grade this card for $8. You could go sell it for $20. You just made $12. Do that 100 times. You just made $1,200. Like,
You know,
so that's just an easy way to make money. But now I think you do what you want. Like, I think to make money, you grade the parallels. Like, okay, I got this. I showed this last time. The Xander Bogaerts. This is out of 5. I'm not really even sure why I graded this, but I did. And it's probably going to stay in my collection, or I might send it to Minuteman Scott because he's a big Boston fan. But like, it might just show up in his mailbox one day. But, I've got, okay, Cody Bellinger here. I just bought this for like $6. It costs more to grade a lot of the stuff that people have, but you got to take that chance every once in a while. So I think, with grading and the base cards and the parallels, yeah, there's way too many parallels. Like, my kids have a 19 Topps Chrome Jesse Winker rainbow, and my daughter does. My son's got a 2020 Cooper Cup Optic rainbow. I think there's 19 cards in each. I think this year at Topps Chrome there was like 40. I know my buddy Garrett, who watches sometimes, his kid's a huge Harrison Butker collector. He said something, there's like 42 cards he's after in one rainbow. Because you got like gold, you got gold wave, you got gold Rave Way now.
Yeah, they've added a
Then
bunch of different stuff this year.
You got the negative, you got the black and white, you got like 6 different one-of-ones, you got the printing plate. I mean, but that's just the way to make money, because he said something like 72,000 Topps Series 1 hobby boxes. So you have 72,000, of a single card. And then you've got 51 parallel, 101 parallel, 300 another parallel. That's how you're making your money if you're Topps. And now Fanatics is taking over. The quality control is just terrible. You've seen these XR cards where, like the football, one guy, I think it was like Matthew Stafford had Justin Jefferson's name on it. Jerry Jeudy had like Javonte Williams' name on it or something. Like, the quality control is just, they don't even care.
No.
They're just printing money at this point, and the parallels are how they're doing it, because you're printing not as much as you did in the junk wax era, but you're printing a lot more than you did 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But how you're making it valuable is everybody wants that 101. Everybody wants that gold. Everybody wants, this, that, the other, which I'm about to show this Justin Jefferson out of 10 that we've got. I mean, yeah, you get something like this and just look at the price tag and tell me what you think the base on this would be compared to, what it's going to be going for here. Hold on a sec. So we've got this right now ending in 3 days. Right now it's at $3,200. It's the gold. It's a PSA dual 10, 1 out of 10, pop 1, Prism RPA. Like, what's this going to end at?
Yeah. Especially now with the playoffs, it's the Vikings have a legitimate shot. And again, that, takes the value of these cards up even more. Like I said, it goes in lines with doing your research, knowing who's good, knowing who's not good, watching the matchups. Do they have a chance to go off? Using the playoffs, the big guys perform. So, good time to snag that card for sure. But, there's a lot of those out there.
Yeah. All right. My buddy Josh, other Josh, if we go to the Mint Collective, he lives in Vegas now. We're going to be meeting him. He said he's working on the 2020 Prism for Bryce Harper. He's missing the out of 7, and there's still 37 cards for that rainbow. And he's been working on that since as long as I've known him. Like 37 cards for a baseball Prism rainbow. It's too much, man. Too much.
That's a lot. I think people can get kind of overwhelmed by that too, to where they might get halfway into it and be like, "Oh man, this is not good." And then you could probably get a little frustrated. So, you don't want to deter people away from it, but at the same time, if you're trying to collect, where does it end? 100 and some cards. What's Crayola have? 120 crayons. Yeah, that's a lot of colors. So
what I found too, chasing these 2 rainbows that we completed, is you have 2 different sets of collectors. Like, one would be, hey, I've got the out of 5. I know you're working on this rainbow. I don't really care about this card. Let me make you a deal. Or you got the, hey, I got this out of 5. I know you're not going to find another one. I'm going to jack up the price. You're going to pay double that it's worth because I know you want the card. I have it.
Sure.
So luckily, I was fortunate enough with both of mine to not really run into the latter. It was the former, where it was, hey, I see you're working on this rainbow. I know like who collects Jesse Winker, but this was before Cooper Cup was like, all world. Who really collects these guys? Mm-hmm. My kids do. So, hey, we'll sell you this card, out of 25, $25. I don't know what I paid for it, but you get the deals on stuff like that. But then you have people too who will corner the market and say, hey, I've got this card. It's mine. You're going to pay me what you want, or you can't have it.
Yeah.
So is completing a rainbow on your 2023 goals, Josh, or what kind of What kind of hobby goals you got for 2023?
You talking to this Josh? You talking to the Josh on the screen? Because now there's two of us.
I am talking to Josh Ungamak.
Okay. All right. So my hobby goals, and I got to get rid of some stuff, man. I know we talked about this earlier, and I started going through some stuff since we were off last week, and you don't realize how much stuff you have, cards in this case, until you start going through stuff and trying to get rid of stuff. And my goal definitely this year is to sell, donate. Maybe I'll find some sports teams, get rid of some stuff, keep people more involved in the hobby, especially kids. If you don't keep the kids involved, there is no hobby, there's no anything. So you gotta have somebody to pass it on to. But I'm definitely selling. I might buy a few things if the price is right. Maybe try to flip a few things. That all goes hand in hand. Just kind of enjoy the hobby a little bit more. But I definitely need to get rid of stuff.
Yeah, I'm on the same train, Josh. I think you'll agree with what I say here. Is that since we've started this job, because you started, not long after I did, is my personal hobby, like my gold line cards, which is who I was and what I did before, LJ's, has taken an extreme backseat. It's like I do this every day for my life, for my job, for money or livelihood, and I love every second of it. And you get home and it's like, do I really want to sort that 5-row? I just spent 4 hours at work sorting 5 rows all day. It's like, I just sold all these cards all day. Do I really want to go home and do mine? Then it's like, I really like money. I like things. We're going to Disney next week and I need some money to see Mickey Mouse. So it's like, yeah, I want to sell all of my stuff. Like I said earlier, I'd rather have one $800 item than, $100, 100 items worth $800. So
I agree.
That's,
I'm going to check. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
I want to get more memorabilia pieces. Like I really dig into this Manning helmet that's at our LCS. I'm gonna go buy it.
You need to just go buy it, Chris.
Today, but I'm buying it. It's going with my poster back here.
You know what? I might go buy it. I might go buy it and stick it right back here behind me. That way, next time we do this, I'll have the helmet, and then I can charge you double because you didn't go buy it.
Well, I know where you live, and I know this guy named Nico. So
I moved.
We'll just come take it from you. I moved 3 days ago and just didn't tell you about it. So
all right, so Josh here, I'm going to see what I got Harper wise. I know I have a bunch of them. You probably have them all, but I'm going to see what I have. And we'll touch on that next week. But I got you. I'll see what I got.
Two more things. Definitely with you said like donate cards. My buddy Eloy, my buddy Jamie, there's more great people who run card clubs at their schools. I need to talk to Stefan about just donating some of our base to them. Like what we've got boxes full.
We could get rid of a lot of stuff that way.
Where we could, I've got like 3 medium flat rate boxes full downstairs. I just need to send them.
No.
So that, like you said, that generates for the next generation of hobby collectors. So there's that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I got to mention, I forgot to tell you earlier that the rack of the day, Eric Hecker sets this up. There's a whole bunch of awesome people involved in it. And they started with 12 people. Each one had a month that you did a charity event for. And then you also had a day. My day was the 28th. 28th of every month, I gave away a random act of kindness, gave something away. So my month's always January because the beginning of February is the Polar Plunge, which I raise money for the Special Olympics, and I live in Ohio, so it's always the Ohio Special Olympics. 2 years ago, I had the goal of $1,000, and we eclipsed 3,000. So that's how I got the Rated Rookie tattoo. And I've got Future Stars right here. Last year, I went in with the goal of $3,000. We eclipsed 5. I've got the polar bear tattoo right there from the Polar Plunge. This year, whole different kind of ball game. I'm just going back to $1,000 because people aren't at home. There's no more $600 in your pocket from the government. But yeah, Wes, we clipped that $1,000. I'm getting another hobby tattoo. I mean, I literally left it up to Twitter. Buck City Break said, Chris from Buck City Break said, hey, get the Rated Rookie. Put it up to a Twitter poll, and that's what won. So that's why I have a Rated Rookie tattoo, because I raised $3,000 for Special Olympics. Like overall, I'm over $10,000, like by myself, raising money for the Ohio Special Olympics. So I can see if I can get LJ's behind me. The event is February 12th down at lower.com, which is where the Columbus Crew play this year. And that's my goal, is raise money for the Ohio Special Olympics and get another hobby related tattoo. I completely forgot I needed to mention that tonight and sell right now. So I'm glad I did. Yeah, Wes, he's part of that group.
Very cool.
So Josh, you gonna join me? Jump in some freezing cold water?
I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say yes either, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I've
All
never done
right.
it
So we
before, so
talked.
I don't know. I hear it's crazy, but
It's nuts. It's a good time. We talked hobby goals 2023. What happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Did you get anything hobby related for Christmas?
you know what? I didn't get a whole lot of stuff. I kind of just if I want something, I'll go buy it. You know, I did get some boxes to open. We had a lot of cool stuff. Um, I got a couple new posters, some memorabilia stuff for my wall. Nothing crazy, you know. I've got all I need. But we had a good time. Um, like I said, as far as cards go, like I didn't really need the cards that I got because I got to get rid of like six times of what I got. But it's fun. It's always fun to open a box. You open a box and you're like, oh man, I wish I wouldn't have spent that money. Kind of glad I spent the money, but I wish I wouldn't have spent it. I'm not going to do that anymore. And then the next day comes and you're like, man, I think I need to open something. We've all been
Yeah.
there. We've all been there.
Well, I got a new pair of AirPods, so I don't have to hear you and Nico chit chatting all day long. I can actually get some work done.
Nico's not there anymore.
I'm just kidding around, man. No, I really I got some money that I'm gonna go buy that helmet with. So it's literally at our LCS. It's a Denver Broncos authentic sized helmet. I mean, it's not authentic, and it's Peyton Manning Super Bowl inscribed on it. So that's what I'm gonna be getting, man. It's super awesome. Well, we mentioned some card shows. We got the one that we're going to in Lancaster.
No.
We got the one in Hilliard, and then this coming weekend too is a show in Xenia, Ohio,
Yeah.
which is a rather large show. I know Card Collector 2, our buddy Ryan around the city, he goes there. A bunch of my Cincinnati friends they're my Cincinnati chat group, they go to it. My buddy Tyler, Liddy Cards. And so I can't make it, but we want to set up there. We want to go. Josh, you're talking about going this weekend. Like, how do you get into card shows? How do we find card shows? Like, we need to explore more. Why don't you talk about how we found it and just going to them?
No, I think I'm gonna go check it out. I've got some time on Saturday. 130 tables, was it? 2 buildings, I think it was. Seems pretty big. I watched a couple videos here on YouTube. Looks like they got some memorabilia stuff. Looks cool. Like I said, I got time, but maybe we'll meet some people. Maybe we can find out who runs the show and see if we can't work something out for next time. I think they do a show once a month, so maybe
it's only
we
one
can see if we
day
can squeeze in one of those.
So it's an hour, 20 minutes ish from us. It's
That's
one
not a
day.
bad
We can go down, set up, and tear down.
Yeah, it's a one-day show, really, I believe.
Something really terrible happened on Monday night in the NFL, and we're glad to see DeMar doing better. But just talking about the NFL in our next topic, I just figured we needed to say something. But Eagles, Josh, yes or no?
If Jalen Hurts is healthy, they have a legitimate shot. If he's not healthy, as much as everybody loves Gardner Minshew, I don't think it's going to happen. So, but it's the playoffs, and you never know what's going to happen in the playoffs. So we'll see.
I think we're heading for a Trent Dilfer season.
No, it could be. I'm going to save my predictions till next week, but we kind of touched on it a little bit today, but I'm going to save it for next week. I don't think I'm going to change my mind. My AFC, I've got pretty much locked. NFC, we'll see. I'll let you know next week. Oh, 2 weeks. 2 weeks, actually. You won't be here next week. So
that's right. So
next time we do this, we'll know.
I think, and I'm going, I think I'm going like 49ers. Like Brock Purdy is Trent Dilfer, not Gardner Minshew. So.
That's where I'm at right now in the NFC.
So Wes here says, if you're the Eagles, do you start Hurts this week, or do you give them an extra week to rest for the playoffs?
Do they get a bye if they win this week? I know there's a chance they could still lose that first round.
If they win, they get a bye.
Yeah. So I don't know. I would say if he's good enough to play, absolutely play him. See what happens. If they're up big, take him out in the second half. But Yeah, that top seat's pretty important. So
I'm
Philadelphia
on
fans
board
are crazy.
exactly. If you're healthy enough to play, you're playing. If
Yeah.
we're up, the game's out of hand. Minshew mania. That's
Yep.
it. So we're coming up on we just passed a half hour, Josh. Let's talk about just at the end. It hasn't been a typical week in LJ's for us. We had Christmas, we had a week break. Stefan's been sick this week, just being me and you in the shop. What have you done this week? And we'll just end it with that. Like, what's going on in LJ's? Because we lounged it up. Now we got to talk a little business.
We did, yeah. We got some. We put some buy it nows up. We got into some low range cards, I guess, but cards that we needed to get rid of. We sorted through a lot of stuff to get ready for this card show. I think it was good of us to take advantage of that little bit extra time that we had to be able to do that, because there's a lot that goes into that. There's a lot of sorting. There's a lot of pricing. You got your $1 cards, you got your $2 cards, your $5 cards, the boxes, but they're and we kind of understand a lot of that, so it's easy to say, all right, this card's $1, this card's $1, this card's $5. Sorting all that stuff takes time, especially when you're also trying to help run a business. So it was good to do that. I think next week, now that we got this 4 days and we're ready to go, ready to rock and roll. I know Stefan's got a bunch of cards for us to do, so I'm excited to see what he got. Maybe something to add to my collection. We'll see. But hopefully he got some triple threads. One of my favorite products. So I don't know. We'll see. It's exciting. Ready to get back into it next week. Jump into it full board. It's exciting. It's going to be exciting. I think it's going to be a good year for us this year.
Because we got a new system that supposedly is going to allow us to list like 1,000 cards on eBay like a day. So we've been tinkering around with that, set it all up, got it to work, working out some kinks in it, because of course there's kinks in everything.
Always kinks.
So that's pretty awesome. But yeah, we got ready for the card show, and I was thinking today, if someone's going to come up to me and says, "Hey, how much for that box?" I'm like, $500. They'd be like, "No," but like, "All right, 3." Like, give me 5. No, all right, I'll take 3. Just take all my cards. Yeah. Like the guy sitting next to us at the Midwest Monster in Indianapolis, someone came up to him, was like, "How much for everything?" He's like, $1,200. Like, here you go. Just took all of his stuff. He just sat there for like 4 hours at his table. I'm like, why wouldn't you just go home? He's like, well, I just want to meet people. Like you said, I want to meet people, make connections. He had his like little stand there with his name and all that stuff out there. And he just sat there and met people. He's like, yeah, I sold all my stuff. He's like, I probably should have said more than 1,200, but I got $1,200 more right now than I would have. So yeah, that's awesome. But my buddy Nick says 1,000 cards a day on eBay sounds rough. It's like, man, we got like this whole system down where AI takes care of things, and you just put in an algorithm and type in like a name and a number, and it just spreadsheet upload, boom, done. I mean, we've got like Nick, we've got just like an internet shop right now. We're working out of a company's building. Like, we've got 2 people in our shipping department. Josh and I list on eBay, but we also do like social media stuff, and we do just things around the shop. Like, it's not like all we do. We've got an operations manager, we've got a GM, we've got a finance department. We've got like people, and it's not just like the 2 of us or the 3 of us. Like, if Josh sells 400 cards in a day, we've got 2 people who are going to ship them who aren't named Josh. Like, if they need help, yeah, we'll go in there and help them. But Zach and Mallory, over Christmas, Josh and I go in and ship stuff. Mm-hmm. A lot of them came back because we did the PWEs wrong. So Zach and Mallory just fixed our, 4-hour mistake in an hour of their time, because they know how to do everything in there.
We apologize like 6 times, by the way. So again, sorry, Zach and Mallory.
We need to bring in coffee tomorrow morning. Yeah. But if it's possible, they're all buy it nows. We probably wouldn't list 1,000 auctions. But buy it now is like, okay, I got this Cody Bellinger. What am I willing to get for it? I don't know. Me personally, like $20, but probably LJ's like 12. Like, I don't know. Yeah. But you're also talking like raw cards. So what do I got sitting around here?
No, we have the raw cards. That's for sure. We've got boxes and boxes and boxes of cards. So
yeah, I mean, hey, $5, put it up there. Okay, done selling a week, it's $4. Done selling a week, $3. Just put the price down. So put something up there and knock it down. But LJ's Card Shop on eBay. I mean, everybody's watching. You know who we are. So cool.
All right, buddy.
That's all I got tonight, Josh. You got anything?
No, I'm good, man. Let's end it here. I think we did good.
Next week we will not be here, because next Thursday I'm going to Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida.
No, I won't be in Universal. I will be here where it's 40 degrees. So I hope you have sunshine and warm weather.
In 2 weeks, we're having special Jersey Day where Josh and I are going to wear jerseys on the show and get crazy. Then after that, we're going to talk about getting Zach and Mallory on, Justin and Stefan actually lounging, meet the LJ's crew. It's going to be awesome. So thanks for watching. We appreciate it so much. If you're watching live, you're the best. If you're watching later, you're the best too. And much love.
Appreciate you.